Here's something most people never stop to think about. Some children never really get to be children. Not because something dramatic happened, not because anyone meant harm, but because at some point, very early, they understood something children are never supposed to understand. That the adults around them needed them to be okay. And so they became okay. Quietly, without being asked, without even realizing what they were giving up. They learned to read the room before they could read a book. They learned to manage emotions, other people's emotions, before they even had language for their own. And the world looked at them and smiled and said, "What a mature child." But psychology tells us something very different, something much heavier than maturity. Maybe you know someone like this, or maybe, quietly, you recognize yourself. You're the person who always checks on others, but feels uncomfortable when others check on you. You apologize quickly. You over-explain. You feel a low hum of anxiety when things slip out of your control, not because you're naturally anxious, but because you spent years being the one who prevented things from falling apart. You don't fully trust good things when they arrive. Somewhere underneath the gratitude, you're already preparing for when they end. People have called you strong your entire life, and you've smiled when they said it. But in quiet moments, late at night, when no one is watching, you wonder what it would feel like to just fall apart and have someone else hold the pieces. You never quite learned how to do that. Psychologists have a word for this: parentification. It's what happens when a child is placed, consciously or not, into an adult emotional role. The peacemaker, the emotional anchor, the one who keeps everything from breaking. And it doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. A father whose moods set the temperature of the entire house. A mother who shares her loneliness with her child, like a friend. A family where someone had to stay steady, and that someone became the child. When this happens, something deep begins to change. Children are wired to depend on their caregivers, but when that dynamic reverses, the nervous system adapts. The child learns to suppress their own needs, because having needs starts to feel dangerous, like a burden, like too much. And over time, that adaptation doesn't stay a coping mechanism. It becomes a personality. Picture this: a child, 7 or 8 years old, sitting at the top of the stairs, in the dark, listening. Parents arguing in the room below. And instead of being afraid, this child is calculating, thinking, what can I say? How should I act? How do I make this stop? No one told them to do this. No one asked. They just knew. And the next morning, when everyone pretends nothing happened, that child pretends too. Perfectly. Because they've already learned, their feelings come second to keeping the peace. And the strange part is, no one noticed. Because from the outside, they looked fine. More than fine. They looked composed, capable, wise beyond their years. But that composure wasn't wisdom. It was armor. Children who grow up too fast don't lose their childhood all at once. They trade it away, piece by piece, in small acts of emotional labor that felt like love. And most of the time, they don't even realize it happened. Because it wasn't a sacrifice to them. It was just who they were. The responsible one, the strong one, the one everyone could rely on. And over time, their sense of worth becomes tied to being needed, to being useful, to holding everything together. And when no one needs them, they feel lost, empty, like something is missing, even when everything seems fine. But here's the paradox. The strength that helped them survive becomes the very thing that keeps real connection out. They are often the most caring people in any room, and the loneliest. because they know how to be there for others, but not how to let others be there for them. They crave deep connection, they want it, but when it actually shows up, something inside them pulls back. A quiet voice that says, "Don't need too much. Don't be a burden. Handle it yourself." So they do, and they feel loved, but not truly known. This doesn't just affect relationships, it shapes everything. How they work, how they rest, or don't. Many become high achievers, not because they're naturally driven, but because achievement feels safe. No one questions success. Unlike emotional needs, it doesn't make anyone uncomfortable. So they build lives that look stable, put together, impressive. But underneath, there's a quiet exhaustion, the kind that sleep doesn't fix, because the body never learned how to stop bracing. It stays alert, scanning, preparing, even when there's nothing left to manage. Have you ever noticed how quickly you minimize your own pain? How you tell yourself others have it worse, so you don't get to feel what you feel? Have you felt that resistance when it comes to asking for help? Not pride, something deeper, like asking breaks a rule you've always lived by. And when someone asks, "Are you okay?" you answer yes, before the question even lands. If this feels familiar, hear this carefully. What you developed was not a flaw. It was an adaptation, a very intelligent one. Your nervous system did exactly what it needed to do to survive an environment that asked too much, too soon. But healing doesn't mean becoming someone else. It begins with something quieter. Permission. Permission to have needs without explaining them. Permission to not be okay without fixing it immediately. Permission to let someone sit with you in the hard moments. You don't have to earn care. You never did. And that part of you that never got to simply be held is still there, still waiting, and it deserves gentleness. Growing up too fast doesn't mean you're broken. It means you were shaped by circumstances that required more of you than was ever fair. And the real work of adulthood is not becoming stronger. It's learning how to be soft again, how to let yourself need people, how to believe that connection doesn't make you a burden. It makes you human. Because the child who held everything together deserves, at some point, to finally set it down and simply be held. If you've spent your life being the strong one, this channel is for you. Subscribe for more videos on the psychology of who we are and why we feel the way we do. And if someone came to mind while listening to this, share it with them. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is let someone know they've been seen.